Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the feature race at Keeneland on Sunday. The Grade 3 Rood and Riddle Dowager. Fillies and Mares going a 3-turn mile and a half on the turf. Remember, Breeders' Cup right around the corner. Your one-stop shop for all Breeders' Cup material that you can study for your handicapping, PPs, clocker reports, players guide, picks, lots more. All the handicapping packages available. DRF.com/BCPack. Here's the field for the Grade 3 Dowager. As usual at Keeneland, it is a big, strong, competitive event. Gentle Ruler has just been in excellent form for trainer Ian Wilkes. She has won 5 out of her last 6 races. She is at 3-1 on the morning line. We scroll over to the second page. Elysia's World, the old Chad Brown horse, now a graded stakes winner for Richard Baltus, 4-1 second choice. Baltus actually has 3 horses in this race. Let's see where they are on the Timeform US pace projector. We're expecting Ambitious Moon, the one for Rachel Halden, to be close to the pace. I can certainly see that. We see the 6 Beach Flower, a horse that almost took him all the way, actually did take him all the way last year in the Dowager and got disqualified on the lead. I wouldn't expect there to be a ton of pace in this race.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be flying up front. I can't really argue with the pace projector too much. It does seem like the 6 will probably try and make the lead.
And Ambitious Moon does have that tactical speed to stay close. The one time they went long with her, a mile and a half, 2 starts back, she was right up and on the pace over that yielding turf course to finish second. They dropped her in class. They dropped her in distance. She came through. She's in behind horses in the yellow hat. She finds a seam right now, and she's just too good for these horses, Mike.
Yeah, the class drop really did the trick here. I mean, you could say that cutting her back probably worked as well, but it was really, I think, the class relief that she wanted. She's up late in this race and going away at the end. I thought that she was, fine, Dan, 2 back when they stretched her out. But she really needs to run an improved race to beat these kinds of horses.
The number 2, Limuna, is one of the 3 Baltus-trained entrants. She wants distance. She won the Possibly Perfect at 10 furlongs, 3 starts back. They tried to cut her all the way back in the yellow ribbon, and she wasn't going to beat the likes of Beau Recall or Vasilika with a clean trip, but I thought she got shuffled back to last, entering the far turn, and that hurt her chances. Last time out at Kentucky Downs, she kind of weaved her way through some minor traffic. Maybe she's a little bit dirtied up. 5-1 on the morning line for me, though, seems a little bit light. I would want more.
Yeah, we'll see how they bet the race. I just think she fits really well in here, and that's all contingent upon her getting the mile and a half. I mean, I guess she should be able to get it. Last time, listen, I thought she ran well at Kentucky Downs. They rode her very conservatively, and I'm not surprised by that. They took her back to last. Joel Rosario didn't even really ask her to run until they got into the stretch, and when they got there, he was pinned on the rail. He never really got clear. He was trying to weave through traffic. He was still staying on at the end of the race. I don't know. I think I'm going to give her another chance in here, though, Dan.
Let's describe that stretch run as we watch Gentle Ruler win that race. Gentle Ruler again winning for the 5th time in 6 starts. She's just so consistent.
Yeah, she's just on a really good run right now, and I can't really knock her right now. I think she is the horse to beat in here. She's in between horses, and she's going to find room. In a little bit tight right now, but she's going to find room late, and she is going to prevail. Listen, I have no knocks on the race she ran here, Dan. She got a good trip overall, and she's best at the end. I will say that the horse that finished 3rd there, the one gaining, she was best in there. She had a miserable trip in that race and ran a huge race, and that doesn't take anything away from what General Ruler did, but Gaining was probably going to win that race with a clean trip.
And really the only blemish on the recent record of Gentle Ruler came in the way of a race where there was just no pace whatsoever, and she tried to come from out of it through some minor traffic in the lane. She's probably the horse to beat in here, and 3-1's a fair price in this big field. The 4 is Overthinking, and they stretched her out to 11 furlongs at Delmar 2 starts back, and she got a big pace to run at that day, and she came with a good strong run to finish second over Pants on Fire. She ran in the Ramsey Farm. I don't think she likes Kentucky Downs. She's thrown in 2 bombs now at Kentucky Downs. She hasn't run well either time. I like her at this distance, but I'm not sure she's going to get the pace she needs. She is a true one-run closer.
Yeah, agreed. It's interesting to go back and look at that Ramsey Farm, too, because that replay we just showed she was in. And I don't know what was going on with her, but at the top of the stretch, she was actually in contention, and she almost just pulled herself out of the race. Like, she got intimidated between horses and just lost all chance at that point. She didn't run as poorly as it looks on paper.
Icy Calm is really tough to make in here. She's eligible for a non-winners of 2 life. Her only lifetime win came for a $16,000 maiden claiming tag. She earned a stakes placing against some older horses in the Unbridled Essence 2 back. That was a 4-horse field.
Yeah, let's move on.
Beachflower, the sixth, expected to make the lead on the Timeform U.S. pace projector. Again, she did go gate to wire in this race last year, but she was disqualified. Again, dirt to turf works very well for her, and if they leave her alone, she can make them pay at 10-1. She's the kind of horse that you want to keep an eye on, especially on the tote board. If she is double digits, you might want to consider her at least on the bottom of exotics.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. She's a horse that I will never knock at, especially at the morning line price that she is. I think she's a little inconsistent, but her good race is going to give her a chance in here.
Sea Dream, another horse coming out of that Ramsey Farm Stakes. This horse, a Group 1 winner at 1.25 miles in Brazil. Maybe they've been just waiting for her to stretch all the way out to 1.5 miles. Last time out, I thought Julian gave her a good ride, got her up close to the pace. She lacked a finish.
I agree. She had her chance in that race. She did improve based on what she had been doing, but she had her chance in there and wasn't good enough.
Toriga's an interesting sort of contender in here for Graham Motion. This is only her third start of the form cycle. She was a Group 1 winner going 1 mile. Her first start in North America was in the Matchmaker. It was a 3-horse race with no pace. I'm willing to give her that one off the long layoff. I just don't know what the excuse was in the Canadian. Maybe she didn't like the yielding turf course. I mean, she sat a really good trip in behind the leader, Starship Jubilee, who we know is very good. She came back to win the EP Taylor with a triple-digit buyer, but this horse just had nothing in the stretch.
Yeah, that was very disappointing last time. Listen, maybe it is the yielding turf if you want to give her that excuse, but so far I haven't really seen enough out of her in her 2 starts over here to make me want to bet her in this race.
Pants on Far really improved when stretching out to win the Grade 3 Astra at this 1.5 mile distance at Santa Anita. She got some pace that day, got the job done. They turned her back to 1.25 miles in the Possibly Perfect. I thought she worked out a good trip that day. It was just no match for Lamuna, but that was her first start in 6 months. She probably needed the race. Last time out in the CTT and TOC, we're going to watch that race right now. She got up close inside early, Mike. We're going to see her on the outside, and she finishes evenly in between horses at this 1 3/8 miles. She likes the distance. I wish she was a little bit more of a consistent winner. Lots of thirds like this on her record.
Yeah, no real excuse in that race either. That's Overthinking, who's also in this field, who was to her inside there and outfinished her in that race. I didn't see the excuse for this horse, but she's another one. Like a lot of horses in this race, Dan, if she runs her best, she could be there with these horses. I just didn't particularly love her.
Key to this race is Elysia's World, isn't she? I mean, she's a 4-time graded stakes winner. She's among the classiest horses in the race, if not the outright classiest horse in the race. The big question is distance. They've never stretched her all the way out to 1.5 miles. 2 back in the maybe, she must have swung 6 wide on the far turn. She was no match for Vasiliga. That trip didn't work out. Against that type of competition, she's going to need a trip to contend. Last time out on the Rodeo Drive, she got a trip. She was up close behind Mirth. She actually made a good strong run at Mirth, who's heading to the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf, and she flattens out. Maybe she just needs to be taken back and make one run. I don't blame Flavien Prat for this ride. He did everything he could.
Yeah, he gave her every chance to win the race. She wasn't good enough. That's sort of been the story of her life. She's got talent, but she's not really a top-class turf filly. She can't go with those horses. The horses she's running against in this race, she can go with these horses. It's all a question of whether she can go 1.5 miles.
Giant pedigree for the 11 decorating, also eligible for a non-winners of 2 Life by Galileo out of a theatrical mare. Nice win at Laurel 2 starts back. I don't think the Flaming Page was that bad of a race. She was saving ground early. I thought she got shuffled back a little bit entering the turn and then had to go very, very wide into the stretch. She's still green. She's still learning, but this distance is what she wants.
Yeah, I think it is too. She's very lightly raced. I'm expecting at some point that she will take a big step forward. I don't know if it'll be in this race, Dan, but I think she has more improvement in her, this horse.
The 12, Get Explicit, really was knocking heads against some tough graded stakes competition from the fall of last year all the way through this summer when she was second in the Weah, a sneaky good performance. Then a 4th in the Glens Falls behind Mississippi. We saw that horse come back and really, really run well at Belmont last time out against Sister Charlie. They dropped her in class. They dropped her in distance. And maybe the drop in distance worked against her last time out. Let's watch that race because she gets wired. She was very conservatively handled, I thought, early near the back of the pack. She made a mid-race move to get into contention. Meanwhile, Summer Luck just got away up front. You're going to see her dive to the inside, make up a little bit of late ground, but I wonder if this was just kind of a bridge to this race.
Yeah, it's interesting that they cut her all the way back for this, and I agree with you. Maybe it worked against her in the long run. Her races prior to that are fine. I thought when she was second in the Weah, I thought she ran okay in that race. I do think that this might be an even tougher spot than that one was.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Grade 3 Dowager Stakes. I'm just going to go with a long shot in here, the 13 Vivina, who improved when stretched out in distance by Phil D'Amato. They got a 1.5 mile win at Keeneland during the spring meet. She had no chance in that searching stakes. Remember, Icky Machaut was just in raging form at the time, and she got away with an easy lead. Vivina tried to rally from last and finished well to be second. In that race at Delaware, 2 starts back, she was kind of 4 wide with a 1/2 mile left to go, and that race preceded a little bit of a layoff. And last time out in the Ramsey Farm Stakes, maybe she didn't handle Kentucky Downs. This is a lousy post position, but she's going to be 20 to 30 to 1, and I think she has a race, at least that Pimlico race, that indicates she can run a little bit at this distance.
Yeah, I thought she ran well in that race. She's a tough read for me, Dan, because she did run well that day. The race that she won at Keeneland prior to that, they were just flying in front of her. They went a wicked pace. That race just totally fell apart, and she picked them up. So I don't really know where I stand on her. I do think second off a little bit of a layoff at this price. I have no problem with this horse.
I'm going to go 13, 10, 3, and 8. You're going a different direction. One of the 3 Baltus trained runners, Lamuna, you thought she had sneaky trouble last time out. Might be a little dirtied up coming in. I think she drifts off that 5.
Yeah, I do too. I just want to give her one more chance and see if she gets the 1.5 mile. I stayed towards the inside. I went 2, 3, 4.
It's the Grade 3 Rude and Riddle Dowager Stakes. It's your feature race at Keeneland on Sunday. And race number 8 is an approximate post of 4:57 Eastern. Good luck.